What's up, collectors? Thank you so much to see us today. We're going to be taking a look at the recently released pictures for Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Straws from the movie Transformers Bumblebee. And for our first look at Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Straws, here we have him kind of in a neutral pose. And this picture was taken by Morgan DFX. You're gonna see, his name all over the pictures that I'm gonna be showing you. So shout out to him. This guy is the man for revealing these pictures. But as you can see, it looks fantastic. We all knew that this was coming from a mile away. Since the moment we saw Starscream, we already know that we're gonna get like a dozen repaints of pretty much every seeker that we saw on the beginning scene of Transformers Bumblebee. And honestly, I do not mind. I really want every single one of them. I want them all, so I'm not complaining. But as you can see, there are a couple of inaccurate pieces that he has. He's mistransformed currently at the moment. The other pictures, we're gonna see him transform correctly. But what I mean of transforming incorrectly, you can see that the wings are looking up and they're supposed to be looking down, especially for thrust. For the rest of the seekers, some are looking up, some are looking down. It depends on what character we're talking about. So that being said, let's jump right into the comparisons so you guys can appreciate those inaccurate pieces that I am talking to you guys about. And as you can see, the wings are standing up. Like I said, they're supposed to be down. And I have two pictures, one on the left and one on the right. The one on the right is the accurate one, the final invention that we saw on the movie, and the left one is the CGI render that they were working on before the movie. So as you can see, I got two more pictures on the left and right corners of this video, and you can confirm that that was the final piece that we saw on the beginning scene of the movie. So that being said, you can see that the face is supposed to be a little bit more darker, maybe a dark gray and black plastic will do fine. But as you can see, they went on and just copy and paste the face skull of Blitzwing, and they just went ahead and put it on Thrust, and I don't like it at all. They could have just went ahead and just painted dark gray, and that's pretty much it. That's the biggest inaccurate piece that this guy has, other than the mistransformation, but you can transform that on your house properly. But you see, just their face skull, it does not look at all like Thrust, and it kind of bothers me because it's a simple thing that they could have just fixed really easily, just paint it, and that's pretty much it. And now we have to kind of modify it ourselves, and I hate that because I always keep the figures the way they are. I never modify it. I really am scared of kind of ruining a figure, but that kind of sucks because again, it's a simple fix. All they had to do is to put the color a little bit more darker, and that's pretty much it. And again, for the wings, it's an easy fix. You can rotate it yourself, transform it properly, and that's pretty much it for that area. That becomes accurate to the movie representation. And for the other inaccurate pieces, is on color wise, you can see that it's missing a little bit of white on the arms. It's supposed to have a little bit more of a white color there than green, but honestly, it doesn't bother me as much as the face skull. You can see that the face skull is just, I don't know, I see him and I see Blitzwing on the body of Thrust, and it bothers me. I don't know if you guys it's a big deal, but for me it is. And speaking of Blitzwing, for a direct comparison, you guys can see how they look together. As you can see, they're pretty much a copy and paste on the face skull. The only difference is that Blitzwing has a little bit of orange on the face skull, and Thrust has just black and gray or silver there. But again, it's supposed to be just darker all over the place, just a little bit of dark gray or just black completely. So again, it's a big deal for me. I don't know if for you it is, but I don't know. Also, the face skull is a little bit more big than Blitzwing, so I don't even know if they completely copy and paste or they remold a couple of pieces here and there, because again, it's a little bit more bigger than Blitzwing. But again, if they did that, then why they didn't just manage to paint the whole face black or dark gray and black? They would have looked a lot more better, and it would have looked a lot more different than Blitzwing, and a lot more accurate to the movie representation as well. And now, last but not least, for a couple of pictures, you guys can see how he looks with some upcoming figures and some old figures. You can see Red Guard, Scorponok, Trax, and all that good stuff. There's not much to say about this. They are not related at all. They're not on the movie representation. One is the 86 movie, the other one is Beast Wars, and the other one is G1, so they have nothing to do with one another. So I have no comments on these two pictures, but let's go ahead and move on to the secret mode. For the secret mode, you can see it looks fantastic. I cannot tell you 100% that this is accurate to the movie representation because when we saw him was just a couple of seconds and it was on a darker scene, so I cannot confirm that. And the CGI renders that we had are the pre-production, not the full-on official CGI render of him. So for sculpted in detail, what this guy can offer pretty much is a repaint of Starscream. So it's pretty much exactly the same of Starscream. No remolded pieces on this case, but still you can see it looks fantastic. fantastic. There are a couple collectors that do not like this mold, but me personally, I love the Cybertronian molds. I cannot wait to get Soundwave, Wheeljack, Ratchet, and all that good stuff. But as you can see, there's not much to tell at this most. So let's go ahead and move on to the comparison. For the comparison, you can see that it looks fairly accurate. The color pieces and the color proportion, pretty much everything is on the spot. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Again, this is the CGI pre-production, not the full-on official one that we saw on the movie. And the one that we saw on the movie was for a couple of seconds in a darker scene, so I cannot confirm if this is 100% accurate, but it looks good nonetheless. For the picture of the front, so you guys can see, you know how it looks. It still looks fantastic. We already know again what this guy can offer, but I cannot wait to put it next to Starscream to see, you know, how they look together. The only thing that I don't like is the yellowish glass color. That was the same color that Starscream was rocking, and I did not like that at all. And as you can see, it's pretty much a copy and paste on that regard. But again, we already know what this guy can offer, so let's just go ahead and move on. And for the last comparison, here we have Blitzwing next to Thros, and as you can see, they look nice, but it's kind of weird because we never saw it on the movie. You know, they never saw each other on any scenes whatsoever, and it looks kind of weird because one's Cybertronian and the other one is a normal jet. And I wonder if they're gonna make a Cybertronian mold of Blitzwing. That's a lot of money that they could pick up easily just remolding, and that's pretty much it. All they have to do is just to put the head on the mold of Starscream, and that is pretty much it. But as you can see, they scale really well with each other. I still prefer Starscream over Blitzwing because, you know, it's a Cybertronian next to a Cybertronian jet mode, and it makes more sense. But as you can see, it looks decent enough. I wonder who's gonna be the next secret that we're getting, because as you can see, there's a lot of them, and all they had to do is to swap colors and, you know, change, you know, a couple of things here and there, and that's pretty much it. There you have it, another Voyager figure pretty much for free. It's not gonna cost them much, and they're gonna make a lot of revenue out of it. And they had a few options, for example, Acid Storm, Hot Link, Red Wing, not to mention Thundercracker, Skywarp, the rest of the Conehead. So there are a lot of figures that they can, you know, produce out of this mode, and honestly, I'm gonna buy every single one of them because I cannot wait. If they do that, I cannot wait to have a display of Seekers only. But I think that at the very least, they have to release the one that were on your face, you know, the ones that you know, recognize instantly. For example, Shockwave, Soundwave, Ravage, Starscream is already out, Thros is already out. We already saw Thundercracker next to Thros when they were shooting, and we saw Skyward next to Starscream when they made, you know, the last push to pretty much remove the Autobots from Cybertron, and a couple more. But you know, they have to release the ones that were, you know, pretty much on your face. There are a couple that were just there for, you know, 0.2. For example, Red Wing, Acid Storm, Hot Lane. Those are the ones that I really don't care if they don't come out. But Thundercracker and Skyward, those are pretty much a must-have. You cannot release a Starscream without those two. So that brings us to the end of the video, guys. So what do you think? What is the next secret that is kind of come out? And do you think that Thros is accurate, you know, with the Hesco and all that good stuff? I'm really interested in knowing your opinion on the subject, so as always, leave that on the comments down below. But with that being said, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoy. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps you to algorithm and helps my videos get out there in a while. So if you get anything, any value out of my content, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. But this is pretty much it for Transformers Studio Series Voyager Class Thros for the movie Transformers Bumblebee.